to. Are you interested in getting a 26-inch big BMX bike for yourself, but not sure if it fits you or what comes on the actual bike? Well, you're in luck today. You're not gonna see pictures on the internet. You're not gonna see those other bike reviews where they haven't seen the bike in person, and you're gonna be able to actually see it in full 3D right here in person. So yeah, let's get to it. Today we're gonna do an explain and review on the 26-inch Kink Drifter. I'm going to tell you everything that everybody else is not telling you, and I'm going to show you exactly what you're getting out of the box when you buy this bike from stackbmx.com. All right, so first off, with the grips, these are the Kink Forge grips. These are becoming one of my favorite, mainly because they're rib pattern, and they got a little ridge right here that kind of bumps up. It's hard to see, but it kind of locks your hand in here, and they're extra long. Also, it has a heavy-duty bar end right here. Then we got the Mission Token lever. This thing is a 2-finger lever. It's relatively heavy duty. Just everything that you need, nothing crazy. Going to the brake the brake cable. The brake cable is a linear cable. A linear cable has compressionless housing on it. It's the same housing as the derailleurs are on mountain bikes. So the idea behind these cables is when you move the cable, it doesn't pull slack on the cable and change your brake cable distance, so your brakes can still work when you spin the bars 100 degrees. On a regular brake cable, you wouldn't be able to do this. It'll pull some of the cable and won't allow the brakes to move, but a compressionless housing allows you to do this. So that's pretty cool on this. Going to the stem, we got the Kink HRD stem. This thing is 50 millimeters long from the center here to the center here. It's going to be a 50 millimeter reach. This stem is a top load stem where the bars are mounted on the top of the stem. The bars here are T700 bars. These are a 7-inch tall handlebar, and yeah, they're moderately wide. Look, pretty nice as far as being two-piece. I've seen a couple different styles, and these ones don't look bad. They actually look pretty cool on here. What else we got going? Going to the compression bolt, we got a 6 millimeter Allen head on the top, aluminum compression bolt. This thing sucks up all the bearings and keeps everything tight. We got the Mission integrated sealed headset right here with the tall cap. That's to take out a lot of the space and keep your headset from coming loose. This thing utilizes an integrated headset and integrated head tube on here. And then the steer tube is full chromoly steer tube, full chromoly legs on the forks. And the forks are thicker here, and then they taper down thinner here. These ones are called the Drifter forks. They have a notch here for the peg to easily slide on. And then it's also notched in the back right here so it doesn't hang up when you're grinding. The front axle is a 3/8 chromoly axle. This one's a little bit longer than most axles, so you could ride pegs. Even if the peg's aluminum and extra thick, you could still run it because it's got a lot of axle left. The axle nut is a 17 millimeter head with a large flange on it to keep your peg and your dropout from bending. The front hub is an alloy Mission Foxtrot front hub. It is fully sealed, and it has large cone nuts on there to prevent your axles and your pegs from bending your axles. Going to the spokes, we have stainless steel spokes, brass nipples, and they're both powder coated. And then we got the double wall Mission Mylar rim. Going to the tire, we have the Mission 2.2 tracker tire. Actually, this one's a 2.3. And this is the Nova tire. I think they changed the spec a little bit, but they're pretty much the same tire. Let me see if I can find the PSI. It's really small right here. I believe it says 35 to 65. Let's see if I can pull out. Let's check out on the back tire. I think the back's a little bit easier to see. Right here, so 35 to 65 PSI right there. Yep. So, yeah, 2.3 tire. On here, let's go to the seat. The seat is a stealth seat right here. It looks pretty dope. Has all these little patterns on here. I forgot the name of the actual seat, but if you go to the site, you can see the name of the seat. It's also got a stealth seat post. This is a Mission alloy stealth seat post. They work hand in hand, and it just hides the bolt. It looks really nice. Going to the cranks, we got the Kink Dude, man, I forgot these freaking pedals name. I'm trying to blank, I don't know why. Let's go back to, I'll probably remember. But these are Kink PC pedals. Hemlock pedals. I said this a million times in these videos and I just drove brain fart. But Hemlock pedals are PC pedal. They're extra thick. They have tons of tall pins on it. They got super deep knurling. And the logo right here sticks up quite a bit. Looks really rad. They got a heavy duty spindle right here to keep them from bending. They're bolted to these ridge cranks. These are 175 millimeter ridge cranks. These are full chromoly crank with the 8 spline spindle. You have a 6 mil bolt right here on the side and a 6 mil right here. We got the Mission breech sprocket. Is that what the name? so there's a breech sprocket and then there's the rank one, and I think there's 2 different ones. So this one's a breech one, which is a little bit bigger. If you see that video that I messed up, comment on there, man, that's a breech sprocket, just to harass me. But yeah, that's a steel sprocket, 25 tube. And then we got the Mission 410 chain here. We got the Mission Cease brakes here. These are 990 brakes. They're dual pull style 990. Then we go to the back tire. We got the super fat 2.3 tire like we do in the front. We also got the same rims, same spokes, and we got a slightly different hub. This one's a Mission Engage hub. This one is a 14 millimeter axle hub with a 17 millimeter axle head and a large flange for your pegs. It also has a 10 tooth driver instead of the 9 tooth driver, so it makes the pedaling a little bit easier, but just changes it up just so slightly. Going to the hub, we have a fully sealed alloy hub. This thing is pretty heavy duty. It's got a chromoly cone nut on this side, and it's pretty rounded out, so if you ride pegs or anything like that, it looks like this thing could survive a lot of stuff. Going to the complete frame, this frame's a little bit larger than most frames. Let me check to see where did I put that thing. The top tube, I just looked at it, but I believe it's like 22.5 inch. Where the heck did I put that? Sleep? I don't know. I lost it. But yeah, it's got a pretty large frame. Feels pretty nice. This frame is set up more like a BMX bike, similar to the Sunday High C, maybe a Stranger, a Cult Devotion, but more BMX style. It's not designed completely for wheelies and stuff like that, but I'll explain it a little bit more in a second. Let's talk about this head tube. Integrated head tube. It's got this Kink badge on the front, looks pretty rad, and it also has gyro tabs right here where you can thread in gyro tabs and put a gyro on here if you like. This is a full chromoly frame, full chromoly fork, and full chromoly handlebars. Going to the seat clamp, it has a built-in seat clamp that looks pretty cool. It's got a mid-bottom bracket that's all machined out to be nice and light. The chainstay bridge right here is really small in a V, and the chainstays are pinched a little bit to give it a lot more room. Going up to the seat stays, it has a seat stay bridge really big and open, but looks pretty dope. It gives a lot of room for the wheel. Going to the chainstays and the seat stays, these tend to have a little bit bigger tubing, but on this one I did notice that it doesn't have a normal round tubing like most of their bikes. It actually has a flattened one, so this tube is a little bit flatter than most of them. So it's thick here and flat here, and then on the end of them they are capped. So they got some nice looking caps on here, and then they got small dropouts here, so if you ride a peg, it's not going to catch or hang up or anything like that. Another thing that I've seen, it is now coming with a water bottle cage bolts, so you can mount the water bottle cage, you can put a speaker, a lock, pretty much anything that allows you to bolt stuff to here. So that's pretty cool. It has a bunch of features like that. But overall, if you're looking at this bike and wondering if you should get this bike or not, my number one thing would be is, do you want to change out the sprocket and do you want to change out the rear wheel? If your answer is yes, I would say stay clear from this one unless you want to do the same size and keep it BMX. The reason why is maybe you want a bike life bike or something to do wheelies and all this stuff. This bike will do wheelies and all that other stuff, but it's not designed specifically for that. It has a little bit different features, like it doesn't have a disc brake. It has 990 brakes instead of V brakes. It has a small compact drive compared to the regular drive that the SE bikes have or anything like that. This one is geared more towards a freestyle 20-inch bike rider that loves freestyle bikes, that just wants a bigger BMX bike. So that's what this is geared towards. Maybe you ride a Kink, an S&M, a Fit, anything like that. This is going to kind of gear that way. Or if you have a small budget, you want a big adult BMX bike, but you don't plan on putting a lot of money into it, maybe put a bigger set of handlebars and just ride it around and have a good time. This would totally fit, unless you're trying to change out the sprocket and all that stuff. So if you're trying to do that, do wheelies and stuff like that, maybe go towards another bike life oriented bike. But if you want to jump, do some wheelies, cruise around, just have a good time, more 20-inch oriented style, I would say definitely pick up this bike. This thing is made to jump, made to go to the skate park. You still can wheelie it. I've seen people wheelie it, do tricks on it, stuff like that. So it's totally possible. It's just a fun 26-inch BMX adult bike or a tall kid bike. So head over to stackbmx.com and pick yourself up one of these 26-inch Kink Drifter BMX bikes and go have some fun.